Hello everybody, and today we are here with another board game review. Today we will be reviewing Mysterium Park.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, and today we will be telling you that why you should play Mysterium Park. Mysterium Park is the smaller brother sister of the bigger game Mysterium, which is about a ghost giving signs to other people, to the mystics, in figuring out that who did the murder. Now, Mysterium Park has been set in a very thematic circus, a mysterious circus with dark vibes, where a murder has happened of the administrator of the circus.
Not really dark, more suspicious vibes.
Yeah, and what you will be doing is give a picture to someone and they have to match what that picture represents, kind of game. Something similar to Dixit if you don't know about Mysterium. But anyway, it's a more streamlined version of Mysterium game. It plays quicker, it's a fully co-op game. So all the mystics that have gathered, that is the players, are going to be trying to help each other out in figuring out two things about the
We're
murder.
psychics, not mystics.
Okay, yeah, sorry, psychics. That two things. One is that who performed the murder. So there are these character cards who are the different characters in the circus who perform different things, and of course on their pictures there would be different kind of items, different color schemes, and you will be using them to match with this
Like
deck
this.
of cards, which are just abstract work of art cards, and trying to give a vision or a hint to someone that this is not the person. So the ghost has kind of lost his memory as well. So he exactly cannot tell that who killed or who was the murderer, but what he can tell is that who was not the murderer. So that's how you eliminate the people who are innocent, and whatever is left, that's the murderer. Then second round will be for the location, and again these location cards are something you will find around circus.
I'm not gonna lie. For a circus that seems to be small, this is a very, very big circus.
Yeah. All right. So those two things, as long as you identify those, you will be done and you would have captured. But it's not as easy as it seems. There are 6 rounds. So once you do the test or you explain your visions, the round timer keeps going down and down and down. And before the 6 rounds are over, you have to find the place of murder and the murderer to capture them. Now, let's see how the game plays. Now, the game can be played from 2 to 6 player, and that's also a good thing, because the bigger Mysterium game you couldn't play with 2 characters, but this one you can play with 2 characters as well. So these crystal balls of different colors are what represents the mystics. No, sorry,
Psychics?
psychics.
Yuki, it's it!
I keep forgetting. But you might be wondering, these are 5 only, because one of the player always plays the ghost himself. So let's say, for example, if I was the ghost, then what I would be doing is each game you will spread this 3x3 grid of 9 characters, and then the player is going to, the ghost player is going to get a handful of cards.
Ghosty.
What he's actually trying to do is, in
Can I
each
be the
game,
ghost?
you
I
what?
want to be the ghost.
Let me explain first. So there are these symbols which are going to tell you that which vision or which character you have to give a vision to someone else. Let's
Okay, fine.
take one card. For example, if this was the card, then it's going to tell me that I have to give a vision as a ghost. I have to give a vision of the red one to the red player about vision about this character. For the pink,
What is she?
I have to give a vision about this character. The white one, I have to give about this. Yellow, I have to give yellow. Blue, I have to give about this. And whatever are the remaining 3 cards, those are the ones who might be the murderer. and I have to give that vision card to that specific player. So let's say we were more players and Ishal was the yellow player. So I have to give a hint about this girl who is an oracle or a crystal ball reader, a tarot reader. She's one of the circus attractions, and um, I have to give her hint about this. Yes. So how this card will be played is
She is
that
a mystic. We are
this will be
psychics.
put in a stand and this will be visible only to me. So the other players will not know. Every game there is a plethora of these cards and every time this is going to change. So it's not going to be the same pattern. Now I will be looking at my hand of these mysterious
Craziness.
abstract art cards, and then I will be trying to figure out that how I can give a hint about this
So let
girl
me just
to
tell you.
someone.
Let me just tell you really quickly. These cards will not give a person direct hints. Psychics usually tend to see questionable visions.
Yeah. So these are the
Delusional.
abstract visions that you're getting, and you have to figure out what does my dream or vision mean. So for example, for this one, I might give Ishal this card which has kind of planets, but it's also kind of mystical, which might point her to the star and the sun and the moon symbols that are on the tarot cards on this character.
There's also one more very subtle difference, but I won't tell you because I want you to test it out for yourself.
Now, I could have given more clues to her as well. So, for example, I might have given this telescope kind of clue to her, which has some planets as well. Again, hinting at something, look for something planetary. So, if you can find the relation between the two
Something
cards,
solar.
yeah, she might figure it out. But many times you can also confuse the people if you give two cards of for the same hint and they are unable to make up their mind that what does it represent. As soon as I give someone some cards, I will be picking up as a ghost to replenish my hand with more cards, and in this way, as many players there are, I will be giving hints to them for their specific characters. If you're playing with low number of characters, then you might be playing two characters per person as well. Now, once you have given the hint, what will you be doing as psychic?
Yes, psychic.
Alright, what will you be doing?
So basically, what I will be doing is that once you are finished discussing and thinking and just basically contemplating all your life choices, then
Yeah, so the mystics will be placing their crystal balls where they.
psychics.
Ah, you can change those words as you like. I don't care. So maybe this is what they have selected, that okay, this is what we think is our answer. If that answer is correct, I will be placing that correct symbol. That, for example, this one was correct. I'll be placing these discs to indicate that you have found one of the correct, uh, not witnesses, the innocent people. And in this way, if more people had found what they were supposed to, it will be placed, and that indicates that these were done, but these are not done because the ghost is not supposed to say anything. So at least we know these are correct. Now it might go for a next round, and I might give additional hints for these guys to actually find out who the right innocent person is. Let's assume that all of this is done, the hints were right, everyone figured out. So then we will know, let's say they found it correctly, and now the people, there is also one person which is always a witness. So as soon as someone identifies a witness, then that card is automatically eliminated. So let's see, these were the three perpetrators, or right now your suspects which might have performed the murder. So this will be put on the side. All of the board will be cleared up of the previous mess.
Very, very messy cleanup.
Now, next we will move to the stage of different locations, and in similar fashion as before, different locations are going to open up now. I'll be picking up a new card because again I cannot use the same configuration putting it in my stand, and now this is the pattern that I want someone to guess. And it will be the same hand of cards, or picking up new as I use them to actually give people hints. Again, the same process will resume. I'll give hints, they will try to figure it out. Once they have figured out the actual locations where the murder did not happen, then three places will be left. So let's say these three places are left out.
Who in the universe would murder someone at a fun house?
Well, the murder has happened at a circus. So accordingly, now we exactly know three people and three locations. And now is the time for a final vision. What will happen with these is that now you will place the locations at the bottom row, and randomly, it doesn't matter, you don't need to match the combination, and you will put the suspects on the top. So this person was here, this person was here, this person was here at the time of the murder. But which one of these actually did the murder? And that's what we have to figure out. This time I'll be taking a new card, and this time rather than the pattern, there is going to be a number written, a Roman numeral 1, 2 or 3 written on these cards as well. So whichever card I will pick, that is going to tell me that what's the Roman numeral for the correct answer. So this time, yeah, here on the corner. So it will be either 1, sometimes look here. So on this card it is 3.
Ooh.
So that is going to tell me which one is the correct one. And right now, for example, Ishal does not know that which numeral is on my card. And accordingly, I will be still having my 6 cards. And now using these cards, I have to give a hint which depicts both of these things. What might be the most probable card?
Rivals?
And also what can happen is that maybe you don't think that any of these cards is useful for me. Then the game comes with these Mysterium Park tickets. There are 3 of them. So the ghost can use one of the tickets to discard all of his hand of cards,
Kinda like you're using a ticket to watch a show.
to pick up all new cards. And now using these, he might be trying to give you a hint that, okay, what's the actual location. So for example, I'm going to give this hint to Ishal. Let's see if she is able to figure it out. And as soon as I give one card, I can pick up another card.
Is this a mechanic?
Yes. So my card was showing Roman numeral number 1, and then you can of course discuss that why you gave that hint. So even though Ishal thought, why did you think it was a mechanic?
Well, first
Based
of
on the
all,
hint I gave.
the hint he gave me is a gun with 2 people literally dining on it. And from these 3 depictions, where do you eat? The candy store.
Correct. That was my thinking as well, that okay, at least there is some kind of eating element, and of course you eat at a candy store. And this girl is a mechanic, so maybe the revolver will hint at a tool rather than anything else. She could have guessed this one as well, because this is actually a candy man who sells candy. So it could have pointed her, but I thought the revolver is going to help point out in the right direction. And that's what it is. And once you have done it,
Point
Before-
in the right direction.
before the timer runs out, then you have solved the case. You have found that who the murder and the place of murder is, where the body is hidden, and accordingly you have solved the case.
I'm just happy it's not the candy seller man. Why is it has a candy place?
Yeah, maybe she wanted to get him in trouble, that he gets picked up as the murderer. So you can make up your own stories as well if you want. Alright, so Ishal, that's the game. What do you think about this game? First, what about the artwork in this game?
The artwork, even though I'm more of a I could say it could go for a more brighter theme. Most of the time I'm that sort of person. But in this case of murder and this sort of the art and theme is just give them a round of applause.
Okay. Artwork on this is of course the main charm of this game, and they are weird because one card does not depict just one thing. They are mashup of so many weird things that you really don't know that what someone is going for. So for example, this
This
one
reminds me of
has
Aladdin.
kind of a lungs, but they are actually stone, and the trees are there which look like the bronchi in the lungs, and it's in a forest, but then there is a dark cloud overhead. Then
Gives me
the other
vibes of,
one
like,
is a
smoke and
beach,
yellows.
but the whole beach is inside a kind of a tube. You cannot even think that what these images are trying to
Also,
show.
just look at this. In this case, on the bottom, it gives an Aladdin feel. Is this the mermaid? Actually,
Yeah,
no, that's
but
a genie.
yeah,
A big
it's
dump.
a genie in a bottle, but then there are stars in the sky,
Like
a
puzzle
moon,
piece
an
galaxy.
asteroid is, and the galaxy is breaking into jigsaw pieces. So it's weird, and one single card can mean so many things. So you can use these same cards for so many hints that you are trying for someone to figure out. The same card might be depicting alligators, whereas locks and walls, and the walls have doors, hidden doors, and
To be
bombs are
honest,
falling, and a UFO picture is there. Oh my god. So you can use these cards for so many meaningful things, and that's where your intelligence or the party flavor of this game is
your
going to be.
observation.
Your observation counts in this game, both as a ghost, that which vision should I give, and will this vision give them, because one of the things you have to do is you have to be a smart ghost. A single vision can point out to multiple characters as well. You have to figure out what's the right kind of clue that I should give for someone to figure it out correctly. And the good thing about this one, it's a short game. It's not long. This kind of game, party game, I do prefer that they are small. I just want them to be
Boy,
over quick.
these
Just
cards
have
are
fun.
big.
Just have fun and be end with it.
Like,
So it says 28 minutes. They didn't put 30 minutes, they put 28 minutes. That's how much they are sure that you will be done in this game less than 30 minutes. And that's absolutely correct. For a quick time, we can always play
these are
this.
like.
The components are beautiful. The game even comes with insert.
It's so fun to hold these.
So overall, a great production. The artwork matches the theme matches the level of fun that you're going to have. Great time for this. If you have always been skeptical about picking up games like Dixit, Mysterium, Paranormal Detective, give this one a try before. It's a smaller package, and I think I'm more satisfied with this, and I don't want to increase. Plus, if you do want to increase your collection, you can always replace these cards with more Dixit cards. They are the same kind of thing. So you can use any of Dixit cards with this game as well. And that's the beauty of it. So that's all from us. Hope this was useful for you to make your mind that whether this game is right for you or not, and whether you should play it or not. That's it from us. Happy gaming!
Happy gaming!